I'm happy to be spamming you with my streams. How's it going? Happy to see you again, Volt. So, what better way to get started than explaining what the hell I'm doing? So, I'm just trying to parse the kernel, get as much data as I can, when things change, where are things, what things are related to which things, which commit is related to what on the mailing list, all of that in a MySQL database in order to make a website with it. So right now we're working on the parser. We're not doing a lot of code because we're talking about everything but that. But who cares? It's fun, right? It's fun that matters. Am I right? Alright. So the stream works. I'm happy that you're all there. We're gonna be able to, I don't know, maybe cook? Maybe? There's a big question mark there. Big question mark. Alright. Let's get started with something. Let's start with the chat on the screen as we usually do. And of course, if you want to talk about anything, you just have to talk about it in chat and I'll chime over with my opinions. Okay, here we go. Let's drag that over here. It needs to be a little bit bigger. Even bigger. Alright, that looks good. And let's just put this at the bottom. Alright. We got it. Okay. So what have you guys done lately? Not going to ask much of Volt because it's not been a long time since we've seen each other, but if you have something to say, go ahead, here I am for it. So where we were on the project was to actually try to, well, do something with that. So, okay. So we needed to check within the older version, in the prior version, to see if the tag existed. Now I was overcomplicating it in my mind, which we don't need to do. So let's just have a quick look at how things are going to be put inside of our database. So we have old tags, and for each old tag, we put something into the old tag list. We indeed put a tuple. Inside of that tuple, we will have a tag ID and the line. No, we would have a whole tag. I'm sorry. Okay, we have a whole tag over here. That's great. That's exactly what we need. So what we can do would be to compare what's inside of the of this shit. what's right here, okay? We can compare this with the information that we have over here. So the tag ID that we just retrieved here. Tag name ID, I mean. Okay. So how would we check if it exists? How do we check if it exists without looping around like a bunch of dumb? You know, that's why I quit. That's why we went into full politics, right? I didn't want to confront this part. So I'm going to do it the dumb way. And if there's a better way, I'll be happy to learn, or maybe I'll just wake up. So we're going to do a for loop for the things that we have inside of here. Sorry. For the old tag in the old tag list. We are going to first check if the first element of the tuple. Oh man, I'm trying to think how to not make this fail, because my problem here is I will most likely start getting errors once loading this. Screw this, I'm just making it the easy way. So if this old tag dot tag name ID, it would be old tag 0. Okay, I should probably check if old tag 0 is a thing first, or else it's going to do an error. So if old tag dot get 0, if this exists, then that's how we do, right? We can do a dot get for a list. Or am I insane? So here we're just trying to get something off a list and I don't even know. List, Python, get. That's a thing that we can do, right? Please, for the love of God. I don't want to use this because this throws an error. Do I really need to use item getter for this? That exists. There's no way that I made it up in my mind. Why doesn't list have a safe get method like dictionaries? It doesn't? Okay, so here they're saying that you can cut shit instead. I guess I'll just use item getter. I'm so surprised that there's no safe get method for list. Let's just do this. Alright, so let's just... Well, is item getter even safe? I don't know. I don't want to use it. I don't want to use a try over here. I guess fuck it. I'll use a try. Alright, let's copy this. Try this insanity. Control I. Accept. You're having a bad day. All right. Python moment. Indeed, we're having a Python moment right now where I'm trying to like do basic things and not being able to. But it's not Python, it's me. All right. It is me, Mario. All right. So it will crash before it gets to the second command, so I can safely put a second command here. So I should be able to do .tnid to get my tnid. And on the other side, I should have a tnid to compare it to, right? So this new tag name, I should be able to get the tnid out of. So I should be able to do this. All right. So old tnid, new tnid, we have that in a loop. If ever it works, we should do something drastic. If it crashes, kill yourself. Okay. We can break out of loops in Python, right? So, break out of for loop. Python. That's not like something that I'm making up in my mind. Yes, we can break out of a loop. Thank you. Thanks, Lord. Okay, if number equals 3, chicken found. What? Okay, no, it makes sense. All right, we can break out of this shit. All right, we got it. We're cooking it. So here we're going to need to end with a break. The reason is that... Is it reasonable for me? Yes, it is, because our list of tag is here, right? So right now we're just looping through the old tag in order to. So in order, we're looping in a specific order, and we're doing that to be able to see which one is the right one. And because now when we run ctag, it runs in order, and when we query the database, it should return in order. We should not fuck anything up, even if there's multiple members that return at multiple places with the same names. All right. We're coming through. We're coming through. Okay. So we have a good tnid. Now that we have a good tnid, we would need to compare it. So for now, our only ability to compare it would be to compare the lines that they are both contained in. Let's just stop being little wussies about it, and let's go one step above, and let's ask an AI for 5 seconds, can ctags retrieve the character position of a tag? Because we have the line numbers, but if we could have the character numbers, we maybe are able to like stop multiple things from fucking with each other, right? If you have multiple declaration on the same line, the first one is changed, the last two are not. Right now we're not able to know that, but if we're able to know the position of a character for a tag, we're good. That's a lot of indentation. Yes, it is. I was about to defend my honor, but no, it is. I don't know. Yes, this is the main cancer loop. So, I mean, I don't know how I'm supposed to make it better. I have no clue about that. The rest of my code is pretty non-deep. Okay, I think I'm doing a good job of not pushing my code to the right. All right. I'm trying. Okay, native C tags, even universal C tags, generally does not track or output the character column number or byte offset for a tag in the xref or standard tags format. It fundamentally operates on line numbers. While the internal parser tracks byte offsets for e-tag generation, this data is rarely exposed as a printable field for xref or JSON output. All right. So I guess we're just going to give up for this level of precision. I think that it's probably a little bit of an insane way to nobody's going to expect me to be that precise, all right? Use Git at this point, okay? just let me live. All right. So we need to compare the lines within our file. So what we need for that is original file, well, prior file, current file, apply the lines on both of them, and see if they are equal, right? I don't know if I should hash them, if it would be simpler for me to hash them or faster than comparing like two long strings. I don't know, my intuition are fighting on this one. I'm not sure if Python is like somehow confused or not good with large comparison of strings. Still KernelInfo. But right now we're working on comparing an old tag with a new tag. So yeah, let's just take a look at the code. Why is that changed? Okay, no, that was prior today. All right. I'm not insane. Okay. So let's go look at the code that I have that is there to get a file, get the actual data of a file. Okay. So if we want to be lazy, all right, there's no better way to do this. I guess later on I could cache the files to make it faster inside of my magic master file, but for now we're going to be slow AF and get the file, do a split line on it, request the lines that we need, and then fuck off, I guess. Yeah, that should do the trick. Now, one issue that I need to keep in mind is that when we count the line of a file, we're starting from 1, right? Yeah, so I would need to keep that offset in my mind, because we are going to store our file into a list, and the list start at 0. So we need to do like the quick -1 or whatever in there. So let's get started, and let's just keep it simple. So we should do mf.getFile. What is mf.getArray? What? Give me a quick moment. I want to make sure that I haven't already like solved this. Okay, no, it's some other command. All right. mf.getFile, and normally we should be supplying, I believe it's file, well, path of the file, and then the version. If we keep it empty, it will give the current version. So here we should, sorry, it's the same thing here, right? Right, it's the same thing. So I'll just copy that over to think about it. Okay. And let's put that, and let's call it new file. All right, so here we should have a full new file. Now the file path. This should be given by cut file. Yes, cut file 1. Okay. So the file path is cut file 1. The version, we can leave that empty because we are talking about the new file. And we should probably do a split line here, right? So split lines, here we go. So now we have a list with the new file inside it. Let's do the same thing for the old file. So let's do old file, same name, but here we are going to input the name of the old version. So we should be able to do old version name. But I think that this is stored inside of GP. And right now I've done something wrong because it won't color the code. So, ripperoni spaghetti, I guess. Let's just go confirm that it's GP, the great processor that has the version, the old version name. It does. So old version name is what we're looking at. All right, I wrote it correctly. Okay. So old file, we get the old file, we split it. Now we should seek to cut it. So we need to splice that shit. Okay. Splice and compare. Well, we can put all of this into an if-else. So here the if should be if old file. And now we need to somehow find what is, what are the position is equal to old file. We should say, hi, I'm a pre-existing tag. All right. And if not, we know what it does. Yandere dev is the best dev. Indeed, I'm absolutely doing that quality dev right now. Okay, where the hell are my lines stored? Okay, so for my new tag, I should have it stored somewhere in there, right? It should be the... Okay, it should be the number 1 thing to the number 2. Right, okay. I got it. I got it, my friend. So we should be able to use tag to do tag 1 to tag 2. So those are the new line, and for the old line, we're going to need to do old tag. Oh shoot. Oh, we're going into unhinged territory over here. Oh man, that's going to be some disgusting code. Oh Oh man, okay. I'm sorry, I'm just gaming this out and this is this is disgusting. All right. Okay. So it should be m.bridge tag dot get, and then of that get we need the bridge tag dot tag ID. So we do have the tag ID, right? It is stored inside of our old tag. It should be the first thing that we have, I think. So yes, we're able to get the old tag ID. Bro, this is getting disgusting. The TGID. Okay, now second thing is the prior version that we want to search with. So the prior version, well, that one shouldn't be that hard, right? So we do this, and I don't know if I put VID. Let's go into PHP. My admin, my friend. We should ask Yandere Dev for advice. Indeed. Along with a glass full of cum. I'm sorry. Oh, man. I don't know. This guy probably had the worst day of his life. A couple of times. Wasn't he, like, harassed to shit? Okay, it's an FID. So, it's not the version, it's the file ID. Okay, so the file ID, I need to keep the order here. Okay, I didn't keep the order. Order not kept, alright? Order not kept. It's a little bit like a British parliament. Order! Order! God. Pirate Soplo. Not pirate software. It's going to tell you like, oh, so I was a hacker for the FBI. Anyway. Oh man, why do people like not come clean and just be honest? How hard is it? Why is it even hard? I don't get it. Okay, so I can get the FID of this shit. Alright, we're getting into disgusting territory over here. Let me read it a little bit. My dev dream team. Yandere, some ordinary gamer, and that dude that ran his game on a fridge, but it was just using the display rather than running it. Well, isn't that like the meme for most Internet of Things we're running it on? They're never actually running it on. That is the issue. Not being mediocre. Plenty of people are mediocre. Just don't let ego take over. True! It's all about ego at the end of the day. Like, who gives a shit if you think my code is slop? It is. So, what am I gonna do? Okay. So we're going to call them old line. So here we should be able to do old line dot screw yourself. What am I doing here? I'm watching for a name, okay? I need a name. Oh man, I need to seek the line ID now. Oh, okay. Where are they? Okay. Shit. Okay, let's slap this even harder, alright? So here, we got our get. Now we got dot. Line. Is it line ID? LN ID. Alright. LN ID. So now we have our LN ID that is provided by this whole cancer. So now we should be able to do m underscore line dot get parentheses, close parentheses, and here we need to declare it. So we do line dot line ID, parentheses, close parentheses. All right. Okay. I think I'm going to like space this shit out before I become insane. Sanity restored. I'm okay. Oh, okay. It looks like you overcomplicate stuff. I just don't know what I'm doing, right? Lol, who doesn't? Indeed. You have to say eat shit in the voice every few minutes. Eat shit. Who does that? All right, we've got our old, let's use old lines. Okay, let's make it fancy. Old lines. And you know what? Let's use some like advanced function over here. Boom. ln underscore s and ln underscore e. All right. ln underscore s. And then ln underscore e. Keep the music flowing. All right. Not the intro. We're we're chilling a bit. Like get the full bass treatment. What you start parsing with by running ctag and then working on its output? Yes, I'm running ctag and then violating it through Python. Drop the table. Why is this funny? You know what? Screw this shit. We're dropping the table. All right, we did it. So all right. So now we're able to compare, all right? Compare, compare, compare. I just wanted to share the ASCII art, to be honest. Well, it is very good. I love it. I freaking love it. When are you working on parsing the mailing list? Sadly, this needs to be this needs to be done at the end, because the mailing list, well, at the end, not at the very end, but later on, the mailing list is a very heavy thing, and I'll need to learn how the fuck it's hosted in the first place. So, yeah, it's, sadly, I cannot see your ASCII art. I think you see on my side. It's bugged a bit, but we're going to live with that. Can I copy it over? Wait a minute. Oh! Boom! Putting back the table. So yeah, the mailing list is something that is more like power hungry, and I'll need to do quite a bit of setup around it. So I want to start with the things that I know that will be complicated, and the mailing list, besides actually setting it up, I don't think it's going to be that complicated, to be honest. So yeah, I don't feel bad about waiting about it, even if it is like the main thing. It is one of the big things that will be very fun to have. Okay, so saving all the tags at the beginning with IDs to keep order would probably ease things. This is already done, my friend. You know what, I'm keeping this one in. It's an Easter egg. Where's the drop in the table? Alright. Alright, we got it. That's some big dev work. Okay. Yes, they all have IDs. It's just that right now I'm kind of breaking. Well, I'm breaking the program because I'm modifying it, but in a couple of minutes we should be able to run it and actually see some result, I guess. I'll be able to show you what's going on in the database. Alright, so if the new file is the same, it's the same, we're happy. If not, we're going to kill the old tag and create the new tag. So to be able to kill the old tag, we're going to... no, let's start with the very basic, which is keeping the old tag alive. To keep the old tag alive, what do I need to do? I need to update the specific tag inside of the bridge table. So the bridge table needs to link to the new file ID, but we don't need to change the tag ID. Okay, got it. I'm connected. I'm freaking connected. So let's get that CS bitch back, okay? So here we have no freaking idea where we are. We are going to create bridge tag entry for old tag with new FID. Okay. That indentation, my friend. But you keep ordering with list. I mean having a dictionary with items that have position ID inside. I understand what you mean, but I think that you're mixing two things here. Or maybe I'm retarded, so that could be it too. So right now we're working on the parser. Because we're working on the parser is there to be a slave to the DB. It's there to fill everything that the DB needs, everything that the SQL need. So, like, if I'm using a list or a dictionary at this point, doesn't really matter. So I'll just use what is the most optimal to parse this specific file, because here, when I say that I'm parsing tags, I'm only parsing the tags within one specific file. And when I parse this one, I delete everything, like this thing wipes its memory, and then we go to the next file and we parse everything within it. So we do that and put what we find into the database. So that's how it works. Right now, we have no concept of the whole kernel. The concept of the whole kernel, that's us doing it whenever we manipulate the DB. So this further concept that you're talking about will be achievable, but it will be achievable through SQL magic. Right now, we're just trying to take the tags and shove them in the DB. So that's why I'm using arrays. That's why I'm not like going with a dictionary and trying to keep all the types of tags in memory. That's not what we're doing for now. I hope it makes sense. If I'm retarded, that's my bad. I guess I'm rage. I'm rage bait. All right. I am the one, the only king of rage bait. Okay. So here we are pretty much doing this if var moron. What is var moron? Var moron is when we don't find the tag, I think. Oh, it's all good. You can ask all the questions you want. Anyway, like I said, talking about it makes me like realize that I'm a dumb fuck sometime. So it helps. Okay, if they're the same, we're supposed to drag the tag ID. So the tag ID should be the same across the two versions, if the tag hasn't changed, has not changed. Now, var moron is there. I cannot say that seriously. Var moron is there to know if the tag ever existed, I think. Yes, it is a check if the tag has ever existed. So if the tag has never existed before, we create a new tag. We create the new tag name if needed. We put the lines into the kernel, and we're just going on our merry way, right? So here we should be able to steal these two things. Oh man, that's what I get. Come here. Drop the table. Okay. So here we should put the new line. So we should have that concept. Okay, so here, new line, here, whole line. Oh, it was already correct. And here we should be able to put the new one. Here, the tag ID should be unchanged. Right, so where am I going to get the old tag ID? Wait, I'm dumb. Is there even a tag ID in this? Why am I putting a tag ID, a time ID? Oh man, I deleted my DB. Shit. We're using FIDs and line IDs coupled with tag IDs, not TIDs. What am I thinking here? 2 before. Okay, it's just a mistake in how I wrote it. Okay. Faith restored. All right, I'm gonna read a little bit. Okay, wait. At what point does it fetch from the DB? The part you are in now parses a file, right? I'm not sure, but you said something about reducing complexity of the call to DB. But what does it fetch? Okay, so when I was talking about reducing complexity, I was talking about reducing complexity in the parser. So when we're at the parser stage, we have a proto-DB that is stored inside of Python. So Python has its own implementation of SQL, homemade, and this implementation of SQL is what we're querying right now. So when I'm using those weird calls, those are the fake SQL that I made up. This is there so that we don't have to call the SQL while running, because every call outside of Python is slow as fuck. And when we do that, we go from it takes 20 minutes to parse a file to it takes 2 minutes. So this is why it's important. Yeah, gotcha now. Okay. Good. Okay. Okay. Let's go back to it. So, old tag, we should have the ability to get the tag ID. Where the fuck is it? What am I doing? What the dog doing? Wait a second, I'm about to yell. I'm about to yell something. It's not one file, it's the whole fucking kernel. I'm not triggered about you. I'm triggered about this, and I'm lashing out. Just batch insert easy. Easy, right? Damn, I'm hesitant whether I should sleep or stay awake, totally not tired. Can you deal with the pain of having to wake up tired tomorrow? Or do you even have something tomorrow? We're Friday, so if you do have something tomorrow, maybe it's your time. I think I'm a retard. I know that it's an offensive word to use, but I'll say it. I'm a retard. I already put my lines over here. I already have lines into this old tag concept. What the fuck am I doing here? This is useless. This is like... I'm Canadian, okay? You need to leave me a chance. I may or may not do a couple of war crimes, okay? That's just how things are. And right now, I'm clutching this, okay? I'm doing some of them war crimes. So... That's so disgusting. Okay, so now I'm able to do this. And that... Code simplified. Okay. I'm sorry. I reread my shit and I was offended. Okay. So we have the lines. Now we need to create the entry. We have inside of old tag, we should have the TGID somewhere. So we should be able to do this dot TGID, and it should vomit us the TGID, the tag ID. Now we're asking, what's the file ID? So the file ID, we're probably correct in thinking that it's x2. Let's just confirm that. Create file, it's x2. Okay. X is a reference to a prior thing that we have processed. Okay. And the line ID should be -1, which is a reference to the item right before. So now, unless I'm a capital M moron, we in. We got it. What time is it for you all? 4:19 p.m. for me. So you're Pacific time. 7:19 over here. Is that right? Pacific time? Eamon? Yes. You EU. You. Okay. You guys are insane. Oh. Nice. Don't ask me to pronounce it again, because I'll fuck it up. But love you, my friend. My brain just sometimes. All right. So now we just fixed the thing. We just fixed the thing. Based. True! The last 4 numbers. Oh, man. But if you... it's quite the meme, because the last 4 numbers of the card are often used to identify to... for credit card companies without giving away information that could actually do transactions. Oh man, I was about to... You know what, fuck it. I'm doing the racist joke, okay? Hi, it's Patel from Microsoft. I just need your social security numbers and the last 4 digits of your credit card. Okay. What city were you all born in? Well, it's not a secret, my friend. It is Trois-Rivières, okay? It translates to three rivers. And it is a great city. Still live in it. Wow, easy there, Apu. Yeah, racism is off the chart. Man, I used to be racist. Good thing I'm not anymore. Well, not anymore, I mean. It's impossible to not laugh at racist joke, but anyway. Oh man, I never know how to pronounce this one. Lviv. I'll pronounce it how I would pronounce it in French, and it's probably the right thing, so Lviv. Oh, damn! Okay. Sorry, I had I had Wikipedia on the side. I had some hit markers on that and that pronunciation, but maybe I misheard. Maybe I misheard. Doing dumb shit. It's quite good. Yeah. No. For universal, like French is good to say like international names. You're probably more on it than when using an English accent. It's pretty fun for that. As long as you don't actively discriminate based on the attribute that they can help with, it's okay, in my opinion. True! Like, jokes can be funny despite it being literally not cool. Yes. Well, I think that a big thing is how the joke is used, right? If you always make jokes against like black people, and you're like, haha, they always steal from the store and they're hood and with the guns and the gang, like if that's always your go-to, you're just racist. Like, the joke can be a joke, but it needs to come from a place where it's not like you're a subhuman. It needs to come from a place from we're doing a funny joke. Yeah, parody or satire shouldn't be a shield. True, saying it's a joke while you're saying something racist. Wow, I love this one. It's like the super weapon of the retard comedian. Oh, but it's a joke. Dude. The Holocaust never happened. Oh, but it's a joke. I'm lit. Okay, let's actually try to implement some shit. Okay, so let's steal that delete code. Like that. Alright. Alright. Okay, so first thing, we get the old time. So that should be doable using old tag tgid. Okay, so that already works. That's a drop-in replacement. How fun. Okay. So that's fun. Now we should update the tag. Wait. Tag has changed. We need to change the tag itself. But how am I supposed to know the continuity of that tag? Oh shit. I guess that's a design failure on my part. Alright, the issue that I'm having. I'm ready for a flashbang, guys. You know what? We're going to try to make it okay. Let's try to make it okay. Anti-flashbang over here. Okay? So here, we're going to go for a nice poppy green, okay? Nice poppin'. What's going on? Okay. So the issue that I'm having is that I'm excited about doing some tag timetable, right? Where you can see over like v2.0 and to v6.18, right? So to see like when the change happened, within the kernel for a given tag. Okay, I want to do that. Now, my big issue here is that whenever a tag change, it will change tag IDs, right? So this tag ID will change whenever there is a change to the underlying code. So how the fuck am I supposed to query this efficiently without having to ask for every file ID that exists of this specific file, and then get the tag, then compare the names, then know if it exists? So I've got a failure here. This doesn't work. So the simple solution in SQL for this should be to do yet another bridge tag. So what I would do is a table, and this table would have two TG IDs, so tag IDs. So we have tag ID, let's call it an N for new, and the old TG ID. Well, probably should put it in the other order, but who the fuck cares? So we would have a big table with these in it, so that way we know when it's the continuation of a same concept. And we should be able to link all of that shit together and be able to know, like, what's up. That's some dumb wording. I'm just trying to reduce the number of calls that we have to do to our SQL. And I believe that we can do some kind of dumb recursive call with this. I don't know. I'll have to think about it. Does maple smoke Canadian trees? Nope. I don't. No marijuana for maple. Never done it. And I pretty much don't drink anymore. Yeah. Not a lot going on. I assumed you might because of ADHD. That's true. I know that I have, like, personality is not the right way to say it, but there is, like, some people get very attached to, some people are very prone to substance abuse. That's what I want to mean, okay? So some people will, like, take some drugs and just, like, get hooked to it, like, first try. Some other people, it will take, like, they won't get hooked to literally anything. I know that if I try anything, I get hooked to it, okay? That's just who I am, okay? So, yeah, making sure to limit it is a good thing, right? But if you have a young daughter, it's best to stay sober. Yep, it is true. But I don't really think like cannabis is an issue, right? In my brain it is like alcohol. It's just that there is like an extra stigma to it. In case anything happens. Oh, you think you are in danger of that? Yeah, exactly. I'm the type of person who gets hooked on things. Nicotine is crazy addictive. It is. Don't build root for all that fun. Sorry, I destroyed your... that was on me. Do build root for fun all the way to a working distro. This is LFN. I have an LFN to presently, well, cooking would be would be an overstatement. But if you want some fun, LFN2. Oh, that's what you're doing? All the power to you. All the power to you, brother. It is hard. It is hard to do through to go through that shit, but it is informative. I just again, ADHD needs I need to be pushed. I need some dopamine to hold my hand through the process. So, yeah, that's a big issue. Buddy, we're going to survive it. Okay, my brain won't process this shit. Give me half a second, I'll go take a leak. And also, make sure to put the fucking eating because it's cold. Alright, put some likes on that video, am I right? Okay. Okay. So we probably need either that bridge DB thing or we could add the same thing that we have for files. Which by that I mean that we have the reason why it was added and the reason why it was removed. Anyway, LFN is an it's okay. LFN is a variation of LFS or what? Kinda. It is meant as a way as a less complicated way to do an LFN like project because it's kind of hard to I don't even know if I'm going to like manage to do something workable with this. So my issue with LFS, with the original project, is that it's boring. It is just freaking boring. You go through the whole thing, you feel like you're just copy pasting commands, and what happens is midway you need to like do all the commands again to recompile everything under this new cross compiler thingy, And then you need to do everything from your new LFS that you've created, but it's like an incapable system that does fucking nothing. So it feels like you're just copying commands. So my vision for this was like, let's make this like dumb. Let's limit the quantity of things that we're putting into it, and let's start to jumpstart everything without using a cross compiler. Now, the first time, I'm going to admit, I had no experience in any of that. So I just went in and tried a bunch of things until it worked on my machine. But of course, it doesn't work on most machines because, well, if you don't have a cross compiler, shit's not going to work. So then I was like, how can I set up a cross compiler without having to give a shit about which distro the person is in, right? And the simplest way to do that would be a container, would be to just have a Docker container with everything set up in it, and then easy. So that's why you use Docker. Exactly, right? So then I don't have to worry about a cross compiler. The container is the cross compiler. I do a couple of editing so that to make things easy, right? To make sure that if you fuck up some command, it will still run. So that's pretty much the second version of LFN. Now, look, I was working on that like 6 months ago, and I just dropped it. I'm going to need to make some video at some point. It's just that it is hard to, like, a second episode will be shit because we need to set up a compiler, and it is shit. Because when you set up a compiler, if you want to explain everything, if you want things to make sense, you need to explain way too much. So I need to find some way to break this up, to make it entertaining, to make it something that I would watch. Because right now, to be honest, I wouldn't have watched the first LFN, or maybe, no, it was short enough. Maybe I would have. But the second needs to be more compressed. Vibe it out. Okay. Mozart, you're back. All right. All right. So we're still fucked with the old DB thing. Oh man, I need to just ignore the fact that this shit exists. Yep, that's what the dog doing. I'm going to absolutely ignore it, create a brand new thing, and live with that fact. Update old tag. This, no, this. Here we go. We don't need to create a tag name because we already have it from the prior version. We need to create a new tag. That new tag has some information that we should expect. Tag name ID. New tag. We already have the name of the new tag. Should be that. Okay. So this .tnid. Okay. So we have the new tag name. Now the lines. Yeah, okay. So these work. We have the lines. Now we have the bridge tag itself. So the FID, I believe it's FID2. Yes, exposition 2. The new TID. It's TGID. retard. I need to start using start using this word more. Yeah, no, stop using this word. It's not the best word. So -2, this makes sense. Did I just copy that over and that's and I didn't fix it lower? Oh my god, just freaking fix it. Okay, line ID. Line ID is okay. Okay, let's go. I'm taking damage over here. Okay. Fixed. All right. Oh, and it would work because they have the same position. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm like happy that this worked without working. All right. We're living through it. Okay. So for now, we're going to disregard the fact that we cannot do timeline with this. Okay. So a good thing would be to delete from the old tag. Yeah. So what we found over here should be deleted from this list. But for that, we need to do the enumerate thing, right? Enumerate. And then we do this, right? What the fuck happened? Okay, there was some snow that decided to get the fuck out. And, pause. Is that the thing? Is enumerate the... Yes, enumerate is the name. Okay, we got it. So what are you building? Parsing the kernel, shoving it out into a database, making a cool website with it. That's the TLDR. Right now, we're working on the tags that are being modified and entering them into the database. Alrighty. Alrighty. So we need to delete whatever is there. Okay. He is writing a simple hello world script. True! You execute it and it says, hello world. Maple on suicide watch. Okay. Okay. So if we don't find our tag, okay, we need to do a var moron situation over here. So if we don't find our tag, shut up, Maple, and just do it. Okay, var moron. This is going to fail miserably in the future. Holy, I can already see the future, the matrix, everything is going to fail so bad with member functions and those shit. Anyway, let's ignore that. Let's ignore it big time. So var moron is there for tags that were just added to our system that did not exist before. There's probably a better name than var moron, but yes, such is life. So I'm unhinged. This is not normal. Okay, so var moron, we go on and add this thing. Let's just make sure that we haven't screwed anything up. I hope not, because this is the code that I'm using for everything else. I've just copied this shit. Alright, we should be good. Maple, I have someone from tech support who can help you fix this issue. He says your computer has an issue and he can help, but needs 2 Steam gift cards. Sounds reasonable? True, it does. Oh man, I'm happy that my well, that the old people in my life call me whenever there's bullshit. they They just don't believe it, and they're like, I'm just going to ask him to fix it whenever he comes back. So they called me and they told me that my computer was out of date. Told them to go fuck themselves, and well, is my computer out of date? Fucking love it. Oh man. We gotta love our old people, am I right? Alright. So now we need to loop through that list. So let's just copy the loop. It should be here, this position. Yeah, this is getting dumb. If it runs first try, I'll eat nails. Would be great if you install Linux and fake Windows tech support yaps about some non-existing tech issue. True. But I don't know how much I believe these videos, right? Like, there's these people that say that they call tech support and the guy is yelling. That sounds like a whole lot of bullshit. Like, how do you... First of all, how do you find them? And second of all, if I am the tech support guy, would just hang up, right? If I know that I'm not going to get any money, just hang up. Anyway. Yeah, but these calls do exist though. Oh yeah, I know. I was before I started to take calls, I was a computer technician. So I was the guy that you go to your local shop that fixes computer. Oh man, those were the days. I was known. But when I had the choice between being at home with my daughter and repairing computers, the computers and the money that came with it could go fuck itself. So that's the gist of it. So let's do the same thing that we did over here. I'm copying things over that I can write in 5.5 seconds. For the love of God. Just start writing. Anyway. We're going to live through it. Okay, we're going to live through it. So now we need to delete these old tags because they're non-existing. So let's do that. Where's my delete tags? Oh, wait. I put some code that did exactly that. I'm saying we shouldn't like copy over code. Guess what? Dumb fuck. Going to copy it anyway. Oh man, this is cooked. This goes there. This goes there. Mozart is clutching today. God. Got it. Do you never ever use LLMs or what? I only use LLMs when I'm stuck. That's why I used it for the CTAG thing. Because CTAG really helps. Or I use it when I don't understand the Linux news. So when there's a change to the kernel that I'm like, what the fuck does... like... Wait. What the fuck does SHA-250... 256 interleave two-way hashing even fucking means? Explain? Like, I read the patch notes 6 times and I'm like still confused. So, yeah. I'll use it. And yes, I bought Pro. I abuse it sometimes. And it helps a lot. It helps a lot. People that hates LLM, they're just missing out, right? Because it's like It's like a perfect Google search sometimes. It connects, right? Oh, so that's what's fun with it. Good one. You try it yourself and then you use it if you're stuck. Yes, because if you're stuck, of course, nothing will come magically, so you need a way to unstuck yourself. But if you don't try to understand it yourself, you go into this habit, and this is a thing that a lot of people that hate LLMs say, and it's frustrating. They say like, oh my god, the LLM is bad at programming. It's not the job of the fucking LLM to make your whole program. Why the fuck are you asking the LLM like true prompts? Asking it to produce a full program and then like editing it through the fucking prompt. Are you dumb? The job is, I need some fast code that does this specific thing. Produce it. You look at it and you're like, this is good, this is good, this is bad. I'll rewrite it. I don't know why people don't understand that. It's frustrating. Quen and Kimi are pretty good in my opinion. I don't know what Quen and Kimi are. Oh, they're IDEs or AIs? Oh. Oh. Oh, that looks good. And who actually owns them? Whoops. Oh, China, of course. All right. Would understand why they're good, but still, I'll just out of pure hatred for China, probably not use it. CCP sponsored AI indeed. To be honest, Canada has an AI company. It's just that they only make things for business. It's fucking frustrating. Oh, okay, it's Chinese too. All right. Yes, we have Ko here. We have Ko here. Their shit is good. It's just that there's no way for small dumb fuck to do something. I don't have access to this shit. I want to be nationalistic. I want to be nationalistic. That's not the word. I want to be nationalist with my choice of AI. I want to support my country. But no, you gotta leave it all to TD fucking banks, okay? I love TD Bank, okay? I'm going to buy some of their stocks because they're pumping, okay? Not like mine, okay? My stocks are dumping. But hey. Anyway. Read my mind and program the thing I am imagining, please. Oh wow, it doesn't even work. True! CCP sponsored. Yeah. Have you seen the Primogen, the Primogen, I guess, new AI project? Basically, it is exactly how you described it. You make the definition of a function, then you ask it to generate the implement. I saw one video about AI from this guy, and it's... It did not look good to me. The reason why he was trying to, like, sell this idea. It's just... I don't know. I don't think I'll be able to find it. I don't even know if it's worthwhile for me to... I'll just put the image on screen so that we know who the fuck I'm talking about. So, he was trying to say how... Mega lol. Anyway, he was trying to say how using his project was superior because the token for AI would be, like, cheaper. And I'm like, you're not there, bro. First of all, even if they're cheaper, people care about result. That's the first thing, okay? Second of all, how the fuck would you make your token cheaper? Right? For the processing power, you're not Google. There's no magic. There's no way that you're going to make it cheaper than whatever free package they have plus their actual price. Like, maybe if you're like a big business and you're going to use a lot of tokens, but you're too dumb to like negotiate a price somewhere or actually calculate things, so maybe his platform is going to be superior. I'm just kind of confused. But anyway. And China hasn't invaded a bunch of country in the last half century. I prefer Europe over China, don't get me wrong, but China is showing us capitalism. Okay, sorry. But China is showing us that capitalism extremes like the US isn't the only system. I'm going to chalk it up. I'm sorry, I'm looking up and I'm sure that you're I'm sure that you have a hard time understanding when I do that. For China showing us, what China is showing us that is valuable, I think, is that there is some value in manipulating your populace because you can do cool shit with it. But as an economic system, I don't think that there's pretty much any good in that, because isn't China like capitalism 99% of the time? And it's just that the state has the right to fuck your shit up if you don't do what they want. So it's capitalism. Well, it's pretty much what Nazi Germany was doing, right? Which is, we love capitalism, but you're going to do tanks now, right? So anyway. I hadn't seen that part of it, but I assume he meant it's cheaper because you aren't constantly sending tokens to the server. You just explicitly request when you want a function to be generated rather than streaming in your output constantly. Also, it isn't a project, it's a plugin for NeoVim. Okay. Look, I don't have any strong opinions, and I'm going to be honest here. All of these programmer people online, they trigger me. Like, I don't know why. It's just hard for me to listen to them. They just trigger me. And a lot of people talking in tech, they do trigger me because I just feel that sometimes that they don't even try to understand how things work, and they just give you what you want to hear. And this is a thing that happens in Linux a lot, right? A lot of people will try this dumb populism where it's like, oh, the Linux Foundation is bad because it's a big group of people that we don't know. It's like, dude, do you even know why you don't like them? And there's, I mean, there's a bunch of things like that. I just hate them all, okay? I just don't like them. So you can ask me about any one of them, but I'm always going to be negative. Yeah, it's obviously authoritarianism, but they invest heavily in successful industries while letting the bad one fails. I don't entirely agree with that. Didn't we bail out the failing banks while failing to invest in infrastructure? There's a lot that I need to get into here, but I'll do it because I'm bored of writing code, and I think that I'm at some kind of working thing. Just give me a quick moment. I'll insert that. I just want to see if I'm actually somewhere that I can run this shit. Yeah, this should run. It's going to vomit a couple of errors. We're going to fix the errors. We're going to be happy. Happy, happy, happy. You see? What the fuck did I say? Invalid syntax. What is invalid about this? Bitch. Okay, line 1000. Oh, it's near. 03. What's wrong? I guess they need a is not none. Is that it? I was assuming that this was like obvious. So if that doesn't work, this doesn't work either. Didn't I do that earlier and it worked? Why does it work here? I'm so confused. What am I doing wrong? Is it this? Oh, this is it. Oh, okay. Okay, I get it. I get it. Okay. Okay, we're locked in. Alright. It's another line, folks. It's another line. So it's this one. Again, I'm missing some magical parentheses. What's wrong with putting the right amount of oh, the colors are back. Alright. That sounded so racist. Anyway. Oh, the colors are back. Table, but doesn't exist. True. True. I defined how to start it, but I never actually made it. Who the fuck would need to make it? Okay, so where is it? So I've stick that in. Okay, between tag and mline. So between tag and mline, we're going to do this dot create table. Copying things over is my religion. Alrighty. If I don't write anything, my life is going to be better. And we should be able to parse this to shit. I am cooked and loaded. I will start talking and I will get stun luck the second this fails. You know what? I'll look into it later. Let's look at what you said so I can get lit up. Okay. Bailing out our banks isn't capitalism. Curly? Curly? Anyway, isn't it? You are right. It kind of shows the limit of all these words, but it's strange that our banks failed due to deregulation of derivative trade, yet we bailed them out. If I say American capitalism, I mean deregulation and way too much trust in the magic that is free market. As if setting up rules for the market is fundamentally wrong. That is a wrong ideology, in my opinion. Okay. I want to spiel a couple of things, okay? I want to spiel a couple of things because... not finance. Banks, okay? I love my banks, okay? I love talking about banks. This is like the thing I love. So for the quote-unquote bailout... To my knowledge, they were not bailout, they were liquidity, okay? So they gave some loans, and the loans were paid back with interest. So no money was lost by the federal government, by the American federal government, from those loans. Now, let's just before we go into anything else, okay? I just want us to think about two worlds, okay? Let's think about world number one is the world where we don't do this, where we don't like put some money down for the banks, give them some liquidity, just the time that they can be stable enough so that everything so that everything could be stable. If you don't do this, they fail, and you're in the deep shit. Now, I'm saying this, and I know that this is not totally honest from me, because in reality, the banks never fucking needed the money, at least, well, no, let's be clear. The banks didn't need the money. It was some of the market players that were the one that were taken over by the US government. I don't is it like Fannie Mae or something? Like, they have dumb names like that. Anyway, those players, they needed to be bailed the fuck out, okay? Those needed to. The banks, when the bailout actually happened, they didn't want the bailout. They were like, nah, we don't actually need this shit. It's not necessary. And look, so I'm just saying that. I'm just putting that out there. Now, I want to rotate because I think that we mostly agree on things. It's just that these facts, the way that you put them out, triggered me a little bit. In Canada, this economic catastrophe that I'm sure that we agree, it's spread all across the world, right? In the EU, there was a bunch of problems related to that. It fucked a bunch of things up. In the US, it fucked a bunch of things up. In Canada, pretty much didn't do shit. The big reason is because we have these regulations. Our banking system is heavily regulated, and it's regulated in the good way, right? We have a system that works. That's what I mean. And it is one of the best financial system in the world. So, yes, we need regulation. And people that are like, the regulation, we need to remove regulation all the time without thinking about the underlying system are, let's say it again, retarded. Okay. I could say a lot, but I'll keep it for later. They failed because of greed. Subprime and no prime mortgage were given. Again, I don't know how much we disagree. I think it's just the framing that triggers me, because how can I say that? I don't think that you have any of the facts wrong. And I don't disagree with any of what you're saying. What I disagree is how you see things. So, greed is not a bad thing in a capitalist system. Greed is the energy that pushes everything. Everybody should be greedy. Everybody should want to make the most money. This is how the gears turn. The issue there, and you said it at the start, which means that you know, right? The issue is regulation. So the government cut regulation that allowed this shit to happen. So that's where the issue comes, right? So an analogy that you could have would be if you're playing a game of chess and there is an update to the game of chess where you can now bring a Glock and you can Glock your opponent. Well, you may say, looking from outside, being like, oh my god, player, shut the fuck up. Player 2 just Glocked player 1, player 2 is an asshole. But I mean, if you don't want to get Glock, you need to Glock the other motherfucker. The real problem here is not anybody for bringing the Glock, it's the person that said bring a fucking Glock in the rules. This is the issue, right? So we cannot blame the banks or any lender, any mortgage creator or anything when they are literally following the rules and everybody know that it's happening. So that's kind of my issue, right? Because when we focus on greed, on these types of things, we seem to fail to understand that the issue is not some moral foundation that comes with being a bank that is bad. It is the regulation that we created. And we shouldn't, also we shouldn't create our regulation saying like, banks are bad. We should create our regulation saying, let's make a system that nobody will abuse, that will be beneficial for all our citizens. Anyway, that was a big yap. I'll go into everything that you said. They fail because of greed. I read that. So instead of letting them fail because of just before I continue, I understand that you've wrote a lot of this before I went into my spiel, so I'll keep that in mind. So instead of letting them fail because of mismanagement, they bailed them out. Yeah, our municipalities got in extreme financial troubles because they speculate with money that is supposed to go to pension and shit. Supposed to go to municipal expenditure, not pension law. All good. You assume people are rational and greedy. That is a wrong assumption, based on ideology. If people were rational and greedy, prices discrimination would not work. I would need you to expand on that. I don't know which price discrimination you're talking about. Because even if you, in a rational world, there is a rational play for price discrimination, but I don't know which one you're talking about. I'm not talking about like racial price discrimination here, just to be clear. But I would need you to expand on that in order to understand the point that you're making. I blame the banks for lobbying politicians to deregulate the industry. Maybe this is just a foundational thing that we would not be able to like resolve, but I just don't believe that lobbying does that much. If it did, it would be used like more. Yeah, yeah, I don't know how to explain it correctly. If lobbying did the thing that you're talking about, yeah, that's the issue. Let's go check. Let's go check. US lobbying estimate, because lobbying in the US. Let's take a look. Total lobbyist spending. $4 billion. Is this Mayor Adam? Okay. True. That's corruption. Okay, that's different. Well, I mean, I haven't dug into it. I don't have all the detail, but I believe this is corruption. I think the big issue that you have there is that most of the position that you would say, like, those positions were brought about by lobbying, I think that you would have a hard time pointing to a position that is actually unpopular by the people that elected this person. Like, if you were to point to me a specific policy that was very unpopular, like, that was just a bad policy that everybody hated. Well, I'm sorry, that was a bad, politically speaking, policy, right? I'm not saying bad for the world. I mean, we know that these are getting passed all the time. But, like, which, like, do you have an example of a policy that is, like, related to lobbying that is being passed even if the wider population doesn't want it, or at least the electorate of the person being elected, that was elected? Israel. I feel like we're probably not on the same exact line on Israel. And I mean, I'm going to have to do a lot of explaining. But for the reason why, yes, I'll need to explain. Don't worry, okay? I'm not the guy that's out there being like, let's genocide them Palestinian. No, okay, that's not me. So you can cut that out of context. That's a perfect clip. But okay, I want to explain one thing at a time. So Israel is like that. There are way too much people that are like that in Israel. Absolutely. I wouldn't disagree with that. So, okay. I just don't want to look at what you're putting. If you're putting something, I just need to give out some things. Because if I don't, it doesn't make sense. You're saying lobbying from Israel changes the representative in the US. It changes their position. I would disagree with that. The reason why I disagree is because first of all, it is not the case that people wildly hate Israel, right? Especially in the people that actually vote, which are boomers. So boomers, when they think about Israel, they think about this country in the Middle East fighting against all the Arabs for their self-determination. We can argue about how dumb this story can be, but that's still their vision of things, right? I mean, Trump has been elected in the US, so a story goes a fucking long way. So this image is in the boomers' mind, and they are the one who vote the most, who come out the most, and who make their word heard the most. So when you have most of your voters who they may say, I don't like what Israel's doing because I don't like seeing dead people on my TV, but I still think that Israel, we should support it, right? I may not like what they're doing, but we should still support it. Like that's the default position. So even without lobbying, I think that you can get there, right? You can get to a point where it would be a rational choice for an elected representative to vote to support them. Let's just put it that way. I know that it's a euphemism, but anyway. So this is the first thing. Now, I know that there is a lot of talk in the US about AIPAC. AIPAC, is that right? What's the name? IPAC? Oh yeah, that's the thing. Okay, AIPAC. So, the thing with AIPAC, my understanding, I could be wrong, my understanding, is that like most lobbying group, when they're giving out money, they're not making an actual difference in who wins. They're just there to do a quick wink wink nudge nudge. Can we get your ears for 5 minutes? And we're just going to like say that, I mean, we really love Israel, right? And we're voting for you, but we really love Israel, you know? It would be a shame if you did anything that would remove our support. We really love Israel. So, right, they're doing their job as a lobbying group, which is trying to nudge the person into doing the right thing by having, well, the right thing by having their ears. So, I don't think that there's any foul play there, and I don't think that they're essentially changing anything. I think that they're more, how can I say that? They're supporting people that they already know will win, and the reason why they're supporting is to be able to have an audience, to have an hearing with a future elected representative, to make sure that that elected representative has in their back of their mind, there are some people who vote for me who support Israel. Let's I'll start back at the top, and I'll explain everything. I'm sure that you've understood that I'm pretty open about all of that. How much money goes into lobbying, like just Israel-related lobbying into the US, so we're kind of putting that into a separate part. And also, to my knowledge, AIPAC is from Jews in the US, right? It's not from the outside looking in. It's Jews in the US that, well, Jews. It could be something else than a Jew, but people in the US that support Israel, that will support AIPAC, that then AIPAC, of course, slaps his dick around in order to try to get as much support for Israel as possible. Or oil. Yeah, I think that oil, especially in the US, it is a little bit of a religion, and I understand that. We have a province in Canada, it's called Alberta, and Alberta is the religion oil. So there can be wide support for the dumbest policies if it helps oil or fossil fuel. Undeclared money, well, then that's illegal, so I don't think that it's that it is worth it getting into it, because we should assume that it's not that prevalent. If it was prevalent, it would mean that the system is failing. If the system is failing to that point, well, at that point, we don't know anything. So, like, the fact that we know about these cases, like Mayor Adam, shows that it's not something that happens, like, all the time. I'm going to put a big star there for Trump, because fuck the US, I guess. 66% according to the polls. That seems a little bit high for literal genocidal intent. I would like to see that, or maybe we can, like, I wonder which question you think Israelis, maybe I'm wrong, will answer 66% of the time, yes, we should do this, that indicate their genocidal intent. Or maybe I'm overloading things by saying genocidal intent, but that says that they're like, woohoo, let's kill some Palestinians. Well, that would be genocidal. You are acting like giving money does nothing to change someone's mind. No, no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just not sure if we have the same understanding of what the relationship is there, right? We're not talking about money being put into the pocket of the politician, right? That money is being put so that they can do their campaign, so that they can win. So when a politician is trying to run, they're trying to appeal to as much groups as possible, and as wide a group as possible. So when they do that, they're going to look at AIPAC and they're trying to say, hey, I like them Israelis. So of course, AIPAC is going to support them, unless they are like the most avowed unhinged motherfuckers that are like, well, unhinged from their point of view, of course, that are like, we're going to nuke Israel. So, like, yes, of course it does play. That's the game, right? It does play into their mind. But it's not like mind control, right? If you are to weigh things, if you were to compare things like side to side in the mind of a politician, I think that the politician thinks way more about, is this going to anger my base? And if it does, probably shouldn't do it, right? I would say lobbying could do a difference in 50-50 like issues, right? So if, for example, somebody would get APAC money and in their constituencies, it would be like 50% fucking hate Israel and the other 50% is like the most Israel suck up ever, and they got more money from APAC than any other group, it could make sense in their case to, of course, fall on that side. So I think that if it's kind of a 50-50 or they're unsure of what their base is going to do, is going to want, maybe then I just don't think that it has this idea that like oil companies can just say, let it rain some oil, and that the Israelis can just like be, let there be dead Palestinian and like nothing happening, and the public will being thrown to the trash. I just don't believe that that's a thing. I'm from Canada. Let's not stop the reading. You are acting like giving out money. Okay, so that's already. But explain to me, how is it not corruption in a roundabout way? It's just a sneaky way of getting money from one's pocket to another. Money translates to politics, and that's bad. I'm going to continue reading, but I have some words there. But at least you sounded like you downplayed what lobbying does. I don't think that it's as intense as most people think. And to be honest, I think that most people, when they think about lobbying, they truly think that they're taking money from like APAC, for example, and they're putting it into the guy in Congress, like, pocket. And that's just not true. That's not how things work, right? So when people use lobbying, it's just a red flag for me because it doesn't explain anything in my vision. You sounded like you downplayed lobbying. No, that is campaign finance. Donation are not the same as lobbying, broski. Lobbying is influence with money. Yeah, but where the money goes, right? Lobbying is influence with money. It's not a bribe, but it smells, look, and feel like a bribe. Haha, I like how you are not cynical yet. Bless you. Lobbying is perfectly fine in terms of political science. If I can press on one thing, you said that, and maybe we were just out of sync, but you said that, no, that's campaign finance. Am I wrong that what the lobbyists do is put money into the campaign finances, or say they're going to do publicity for a candidate, right? They support or they put money in the campaign finance. My mistake. Yes, you are not wrong on that. Okay. So that's lobbying is a lot of things. It can be dinner. It can be this. It can be that. Okay. I don't like when the discussions about lobbying fuse with corruption discussion, because they're not the same, right? The type of person that is going to take a literal fucking bribe and change their policy because of that is different than like the person that is going to sit down with APAC or any other lobbyists and just have an hearing with these people to like try to get their money, right? To try to get their support. So those are way different things. Like there's one where it's completely unhinged. It's raping the literal people that you're supposed to represent, while the other is, well, what one could say, playing the game, right? Yeah, mandarin, and oranges are different, but they're not way different. I'm sorry, I have to push back on that. It is way different, because what we're describing here is the difference between having publicity and having a little bit more money into your campaign, and having to sit down with a guy that is going to tell you how much he loves Israel. So having those three things happen, and the other is literally saying, I will give you $500,000 and you will do this. So, like, it is very different. It is, right? Because, or maybe this is where we have a disconnect. When AIPAC supports a candidate, you understand that, let's say that the public will would switch, and that everybody would hate Israel. And this is true for any lobbying group. Even if you were supported by AIPAC, you can just flip. You absolutely can. You can just say, well, fuck him, right? You can just vote against whatever pro-Israel thing is put up to the floor. You absolutely can. There's nothing illegal about that. There's no contract. Right? So, and here we kind of come back to my core problem here, and this is what kind of unplug the lobbying arguments in my head. It is, what policy did lobbying like put up to the floor that didn't have real support? Like, I just have a hard time with that. I promise you a very good job, and it's you working once a month for 2 years, and you'll get 100K every month. That is not illegal. That is just a revolving door, not corruption. Oh man, that word revolving door can be used in such bad ways. I agree that there could be yes, there could be a situation where this would happen, and I would, if proof could be given for this, like I would make this illegal, right? If you vote in a way because you know that you're going to get this job afterward, it's as good as a money bribe to me. And if the law doesn't fit that, I would be surprised. Like, is it fucking impossible to like prove this? Probably, but this should be illegal, and I would completely agree with it being illegal. This is a revolving door. Is that corruption? No, I believe that it is. If you do political decision, if you do decision that you should be thinking about for the good of your people, I should probably switch the screen. If you do these decision for the people, and I'm changing these because I know that I'm going to get a job if I do, that is corruption. And I mean, I understand what you mean, that I'm going to continue reading, but I have a lot to say. That is a revolving door. This is a revolving door. This is corruption. You say no, I say yes, but I understand where you would probably say that it is corruption, but I understand what you meant there. But if I were to give you 2,400K at once, that would be a bribe. Come on, these are games. I agree. You are like, yes, these game masters have made the game fair for everyone. No exploits whatsoever. I disagree with the framing. I think that's where the issue is. And I think that's where we're going to disagree a lot. So I'll just read ahead, and after that I'll go into it. There are plenty of politicians who have these kinds of career. Maybe you should actually read up on lobbying and revolving door politics. I'll go into it right after. There is so much documentation. It sounds like you go on opium. Hope that the system is fairer than it is. Okay. There is a lot to say. Now, first of all, revolving door. The reason why I disagree with a lot of the framing for revolving door is because often when people will make arguments that there is a revolving door, there's not actually a revolving door. It's just that there's only certain type of people that can fill this job, right? So a big example for this will be the army. So when you're in the army, if you want to do weapons for the army, probably good that you have people that were generals. And that it turns out that that pool is the same, right? So because the Venn diagram is the same there, you're going to end up with people like maybe switching job from one to the other. Am I saying that there's absolutely never corruption and it's like always clean? No, of course not, right? There can always be some dirty shit, but I think that we're over-indexing a lot on if a good choice or not was made, and we're blaming it out all on this magical revolving door, when in reality, there's like 1,500 other things to fix, right? The problem doesn't necessarily come from there. There is so much documentation. I would like to see it. Everything I see is just bullshit, and it's frustrating. So, okay, one sec. Absolutely. I would be more than good with that. So, to go back just a little bit, I know that you're maybe searching for something, but I'll still speak. You say, oh yes, these game masters have made the game fair for everyone. No exploits whatsoever. Like, yes and no, right? Because I don't know which political system like you follow and that like you know a lot of things about, but in Canada, we literally have one party that is trying to build the country and the other that is trying to fucking tear it down. And in the US right now, well, let's not delusional ourselves. Let's not be dumb about it. Republicans are trying to destroy the country and the Democrats are actually trying to build it. Now, it is incrementalism. It is boring. It is sometimes not what you want to see because it is boomer politics. But, I mean, there are some people that are trying to make the system work. Okay. Judy Erola, political career. Liberal MP. Alright. Wikipedia, get me in! As a Marxist... Okay. Sorry, I should have probably read ahead a bit. Served in the cabinet as Minister of Consumer and Corporate Affairs and Minister of State for Mines. Okay. So, so she did the labor code, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Okay. I'll just check the post-electoral. Or maybe I'm just not looking at the right place. Status of women. Um, mm, mm. Or maybe it's not going to be anywhere on the wiki. And sorry, I'm getting psychological damage. What's the bad thing about the fact that she became the Pharmaceutical Manufacturers Association of Canada? Shut the fuck up. Sorry. Pretty sure we have a lot of careers in private industry that might have something to do with their political careers and what they did. Do we disagree that the Venn diagram for a politician often has big freaking overlap with a chief position at a board of directors? Are we disagreeing with this? Should we go through the last 3 decades of Canadian politics? Pretty sure we have a lot of careers in private industry that might have something to do with their political careers and what they did for said private industries. Is that perhaps often a conflict of interest? It can be, but if we're looking above, so they said that, so there was something that she was named at the top of, and then it was considered a conflict of interest, so they booted her the fuck out, right? Because okay, let me just try to short circuit this a bit. The issue that I think that we're having is that when we're having this position that all conflict of interest are corruption, or that they are way worse than what they could possibly be, or that there should always be none. When we're doing that, we're just giving power to the most disgusting part of the political system. Because let's just compare a bit, right? Probably, I mean, I didn't check into history to know what it was at the time, but probably if we were to look at the conservative at this time in politics, we would see shamelessness, and maybe if there was corruption in the liberals, maybe worse level in the conservatives. So when we're playing, well, I'm saying playing, I'm not saying that you're doing this maliciously. When we're doing this, oh well, there's a conflict of interest, so it's bad. I don't think that we have the level of detail that we need here, right? So if you, I know that I'm asking a lot, I know. But if you add this person had no fucking interest and no knowledge, and there is no fucking way that she could have this position, and she added, or they added, and while they were in power, they pulled out a law from their ass, or some kind of policy. They pulled out that policy, they implemented it, and there was no good reason for this but corruption. If we have that, I'm all in. But right now, just to if I'm using your example, Mark Carney right now is the most corrupt motherfucker. And he is... what am I doing here? Mark Carney has been the top dog in so much shit, right? Bank of Canada, Bank of England. He's been in Brookfield. He's been chair for Bloomberg, right? He's been fucking everywhere, right? So are we and he still has assets in them, right? It's been an issue, right? It's something that we know that every Canadian know. It is a thing. Are we saying that this guy, even if he, like, to my opinion, he is like the most perfect guy for the job, should we write him off because he has that past wealth of experience? And if we're not writing him off because it's in the past, well, let's be honest, we freaking know that right after he's out, he's going to go back to the private sector and do a bunch of shit. That's what he's always done, right? Is that perhaps a conflict of interest? Like, you are optimistic again. No, they could be. There shouldn't be such a strong tie between private and public interest. Yeah, but you only have two choices. You compare a bad choice with another bad choice. Sorry, you compare a bad choice with a worse choice. I guess this is just a fundamental view difference. Because do you think that the politicians at these levels, like at that high of a level, are they always malicious? I'm asking, I'm not like trapping anything. I'm trying to understand. No, not always. Like, better should be possible. People just don't dream of a better world anymore. I disagree. I'm a fucking giga dreamer, okay? But, yes. Okay, not enough people dream. That I'm going to... and I say I'm a dreamer. I don't have the ability to dream at night, but anyway. I do dream in politics, though. Okay, so they're not always corrupt. I think that the issue here... I just don't know why you would care. Fuck, I don't know how to phrase this. That was so incorrectly phrased, sorry. Not always, but the system is rotten because it has room to be this rotten. Not everyone, but there are way too many ways to be corrupt-ish. I think you said it before. Where are you from? I'm just trying to get you and make an argument here. West EU, yes, okay. I wasn't sure, but you said it last time. Better system could exist. Thank you. Okay, better system could exist. That is what some people fail to understand, in my opinion. Like, revolving doors aren't always corruption, but the fact it could be is dangerous. Oh man. Okay. Okay. I want us to think a little bit in more solid terms, okay? Because I think that this might be the issue, is that we're not actually applying terms here. We're not actually trying to understand an issue and finding a solution for it, right? So, for you, Quebec, indeed I'm Quebec. Like a thief, you can say there aren't a lot of thieves, but you would you leave the door open all the time, even if you are gone for 2 weeks? Well, you're making the argument for the wrong guy. I do, but I get what you mean. Okay, that leaves me a path to go down in. Sorry. Brain blasting for 2 seconds. I understand that we need protection. My argument... Oh man, that sounds fucking arrogant. I'll go with it. I love it. Okay? My argument is that you don't understand what protections are already there and you don't appreciate it. So, are they perfect? No. There are already protections. If they need to be bolstered, we need to understand the already existing protection. And we need to be able to articulate what we would change, right? Because I know that I'm jumping a little bit, but when I see like money and politics and all of those things, there aren't real solutions that are given. It's just this overall, that it's overall like this feeling that people are being stolen and that the politicians are bad people or that the people are corrupt or something like that. But we never talk about actual policies, because when we look at actual policies and actual system, we see that they are built so that this doesn't happen. And the case that we know of are because the system is built so that we know these things. Who makes these protection? I would say that the people that make these protection are normally the... Well, it depends where, but let's stick to strictly political things. It's politicians that believed in the system and that want the system to work. In the province of Quebec, Ministre Gaétan Barrette opened the way for private medicine just before leaving politics and opening some private cabinets. There's probably something there. I wouldn't know. Right? This is not enough detail. Right? Do we agree with this? Do we agree that we couldn't convict someone under this? And even we could easily see a totally okay, even very good explanation for all of this. Let me just make one up, okay? Let's say that Gaétan Barrette really freaking believes in the fact that medicine should be something that is private. He does not agree with the system that we have in Quebec. I would say that he's freaking wrong, but let's just say that he believes in that. Wouldn't somebody who believes in this try to pass laws so this happens, and then when he's out, try to actualize the thing in the private market, right? Tries to actually put his vision, put what he thinks the system should be from the private side, and actually try to do this, right? So what you've... oh no, I get that it's just an example. But it's just that sometimes when we phrase those examples, we seem to think that they are inherently bad, right? He was motivated to believe in it with a bit of money, probably. That's exactly what I'm talking about here. We don't know that. We have no idea about that. Private healthcare is inherently bad, but that's a... I don't like private healthcare, let me be clear, okay? I love public healthcare, and I'm going to be the guy that will eat a shovel of shit to defend it, okay? But like, this is still an opinion that could be held, even if I disagree with it, even if I think that it is crazy unoptimal, right? Nobody likes it. There are ways to change things that don't lead to appearance of conflict of interest. Yes and no. That's the issue. That's the issue. Okay, let me do an example. Let me do a Linux example, okay? Let me do a Linux example. Okay? Let's... No, I'm all in for a tag team. I love it, okay? I'm a wonky guy, okay? I like to know these things. Let's do a quick Linux example. All right. Mark Carney is staring at me right now. I need to up my game. Okay, Linux example. So let's say that I'm a believer in Linux. I think that Linux is the best thing, and I think that Windows is garbage, and we should not pay those licenses at the government. So whenever I get elected as the MP for Trois-Rivières, for the Liberals, I'll go into the Minister of Technologies, and I'll say that the government workers will now be using Linux because it is cheaper, it is optimal, and it is the thing to do. So now I'm out of power, and what do? Well, I still believe in Linux, so I still want to work in it. I still have my business that sells services to try to make desktop better. So now I have a huge appearance of conflict of interest, but in reality, there's nothing. Right? Do we, like, what are we saying here? Are we saying that I shouldn't be... Are we saying that as soon as I have a political position, I should never then, like, have a big position in the private sector? I don't know that... Okay, let me phrase this differently. Okay, I think I got it. Wouldn't it be the most retarded thing possible if you were in charge of a political office that you would right after, or like a couple of years after, get employed by the person that you're making the most profit for? Wouldn't that be fucking unhinged? Like, wouldn't you see this and be like, bro, no way? And right now what we're doing is we're expanding this bro no way, right? We're not only talking about, okay, this person was Minister of Mines, and they've literally been employed right after by the mine that they helped do a deal, and that deal was like crazy and unprecedented. Like, we're not talking about that. We're talking about the guy was Minister of Health, and he worked in health afterward. So anyway, okay, I'ma smoke and listen. Yes, good ideas. The appearance of conflict is there, but you should make sure that the laws you make don't disproportionately advantage you. Yeah, of course you should. You should always create good laws. Okay, I think that there is a big disconnect here because of how we I have more faith into the political party that I like in Canada, right? I'm a member, I'm a staunch supporter, so I probably have too much hopium for them, and that's why we're having a very hard time, is because when I look at them, I see them as me, but that had the chance to have a path in politics. So when I look at these things, I don't look at it as I'm just like trying to win at all costs, or I'm trying to... No, I look at this as, how can we truly make it good for people? Yeah, okay. Ursula von der Leyen was totally incompetent and was suddenly family minister, and then defense minister, and then EU something something. Yes, doesn't she have like the highest office for the EU? The thing she did was hire advisors in her position for hundreds of thousands. Kind of interesting that she was good friend with the advisors. Man, again, we're reading another... I understand what you're saying. It's just that I know that I'm that I'm in your mind you're like, what a dumb fuck. But I know that I'm triggering. But again, this could just be like a totally okay situation, right? People in government don't govern alone. They don't know policy because they read all of it. No, they have their advisors, they have their subordinate that do everything. And yes, I'm sure that if I were in that position, I would hire a couple of my friends. If I had friends, well, I would have friends that work into these fields and actually have these ideas, because my life is speaking to people because I'm a politician, right? Doesn't those two things go together? So I trust, let's go to it. No, it's fine. You trust the people upholding the status quo. I don't. That's fine. You can be pro-establishment. I'm very anti-establishment. Out of disappointment, not because of a default feeling. Man, I don't know. Maybe it's different in your country. In Canada, like, how can I put this? Like, it just really fucking feels like there is one party that gives a shit, the other doesn't, and we have just, whenever the liberals are in power, things get done. Sometimes life is hard, but this is what it is, and we just chug along. And what happens is the conservative are going to, you say binary mind. No, right? The liberals can have shit policies. They can have bad things that they do. It can happen. I don't disagree. The big thing is that it is obvious who is thinking about it from the point of view of, we have good policies, let's do what it takes to implement them. And the other was like, we need to get elected. And that's about it. I had more to say, but it slipped out of my mind, so I guess I'll get into it. Lol, I don't have faith in government since I saw what they did under Jean Charest at the provincial level and Jean Chrétien and Mulroney at the federal. I'm not old enough to discuss much of it. What I know is that, from my understanding, even if the appearance of corruption was there as fuck with Jean Charest, I mean, Jean Charest is like... is like corruption incarnate, right? I don't think there actually was any corruption. I'm starting to... like, I haven't looked deep into it, but I'm starting to feel like, at least in Canada, corruption is the label that you try to stick and find every politician that actually does shit. You try to slap it on them, right? If they stay in power long enough, you'll find something where they are corrupt on, and you'll slap it on with them. Now, again, I don't have a lot of history. Jean Chrétien, I believe that he was doing a lot of things because everything was fucked back in the day. Mulroney was a retard. Wasn't he the guy that, like, sold all the companies that were owned by Canada? Like, Jean Chrétien did a bit. I can excuse Jean Chrétien for the fact that we were literally, like, financially fucked. But maybe I'm just, like, fucking up the order here. Oh, was already on that page. Based. Okay. Yeah, but can I have, like, the list? I need a list. Give me the list. It was a... okay. Here we go. List. Let's go right here. Yeah, Petro-Canada privatization. I'm sure we're going to see other dumb things, privatization of Air Canada. Yeah. Yeah, and I know that Jean Chrétien was under, like, tremendous economic problems, but god damn, it feels bad to have lost this one. And I don't know, maybe it was, like, a dumb choice at the time. I wouldn't put it past them. No better way to backstab the entire country in one go. Okay. Okay. There is no anti-establishment party. I disagree with that. That is what I mean by binary mind. You can be pro-establishment or very pro-establishment. Okay, my problem with being anti-establishment is that all the people that are anti-establishment end up hitching their wagons to the dumbest fucking policies ever that don't fix anything, right? So often what happens is you have the choice between voting for the establishment guy that has 93% of the good policies, a shit optics, but is going to win, or voting for Satan himself that might win if you don't vote for the other guy, or vote for a dumb fuck who aligns with you 100% of the time, but is not going to win. So like in those cases, I'll vote for the guy that maybe doesn't align with me 100%, but goddamn, he gets things done. Example. Are you talking about an example of what I'm saying right now? Like about the people? The politician, like... you're probably talking about an example for the anti-establishment people. Is that what you mean? I'm not going to wait for an answer. If that's what you mean for an example for anti-establishment people, I would say voting third party in the US, which is fucking idiotic, right? And when we see the two choices that were put in front of the Americans, there was one, I would say, decent choice and one horrible choice. And the fact that a lot of people just sat or voted third party fucked their entire country. So that's one example. The other that I would put is in Canada, we've got a little party called the NDP. The NDP are pretty much to the left of the Liberals. They are absolutely useless. They're not able to do anything politically at the federal level. So voting for them is just dumb. Well, I would exclude when you're in some region of the country where they actually win more often than the Liberals, then they are a better choice because, of course, if you don't vote for them, you would vote Conservative, and Conservative are pretty much as close to Satan as you can get. Yeah, because of first past the post sucks. First past the post sucks, political balls. I don't believe that it changes anything. Because more representation and more parties only make this, like, worse, right? You can have a... I'll give you an example, okay? And it fits with what you're saying, with what you said earlier. You could have a party about... you could have the Fuck Israel party, okay? You could have the party that is strictly there to say fuck Israel. But the truth is that even if that party gets, let's say, 10% of the vote, maybe if that 10% was part of a bigger political group, you could actually get traction on shit. But now, because you're the 10% retard, you won't be able to do anything, right? So that's a big issue. Now, of course, there's the composition and things, and sometimes it actually works, but let's be honest. The one policy thing is fucking retarded 99% of the time. It doesn't work 99% of the time. If you never vote for a small party, they will never grow. I don't believe in growth in politics, not like that. When we have new parties that actually do something and actually are there to do something, we see them like have an astronomical growth like in one go. It's not like we start at 1% and maybe we'll get somewhere, right? It's not like that. It's like first one they get fucking 20% and second go they fucking win it, right? That's what happened most of the time. And it's just to go again to the small party. You're just throwing away your vote at this point. And I believe that at least in Canada and in Quebec, our country and province are good enough that it's worth conserving. Right? Do we agree with that? Do we agree that if we had a pure status quo right now and we could just fucking freeze everything, no new decisions are made, our country is fucking awesome, right? So, right, even with nothing happening. So of course I want better things, but I don't want it to get destroyed. So, and I'm not saying here that like everything is perfect and that we're living in paradise and that there's no like oppression and bad things going on. I agree that there are bad things. I'm just saying that looking around, if we freeze everything, we're pretty fucking great. 10% is substantial. Countries have threshold, like Germany has 5%. I just think that we're... anyway, maybe that's just my preference for what I know, and maybe that's the issue. You mean something like the Netherlands with 0.67% is the threshold. And can you explain why... Shut up, we're not vibing this one. We're being philosophy people, all right? And can you explain why Netherlands functions if proportionality is such a big loser? Ooh, I can send that one right back to you. Can you tell me why Canada works if first past the post is such garbage? Anyway, that was a meme. That was a meme. Okay. Look at Netherlands and their second chambers. No small parties have blackmail potential. So if a coalition needs a few more seats, they can put one item or a few items on the agenda. But I think that's how you get to really fucking bad decisions, right? I don't know. Maybe I'm being rude here. Maybe I'm being rude. Look, I get it. Sometime you can have this situation where everybody puts good politics in place, but sometimes I feel like it's just dumb. Am I scratching myself to the point where I'll bleed, or is it just the cam? It's just the cam. All right. Okay. And you say no small parties have blackmail potential. I wholly disagree with this. The idea that small parties are somehow better, no. Okay, having more budget, having more people inside of a party makes you able to do more. So don't tell me that this little two-people party is going to be able to have more resources and more intelligent people within it than an actual party with hundreds of thousands of motherfucker back in it. Anyway, EU countries have coalitions government and it works. Well, we do have some, we do have coalition government here too. We just don't have some proportional thing going on. I might be more politically left than you. Both of you are. Well, no, not true. Not true. I'm lying. It's not about left or right. I am the strongest establishment shill, okay? I could, holy shit, I am the biggest shill for the establishment, okay? Tell me how a country is running, I will defend it. So, no, I'm memeing here, but I like our system, and by I like our system, I also like how it can be changed. So, yeah. So when I'm saying that, I'm not saying like fuck First Nations. that's not what I'm saying. Why? Netherlands as an animal right party. Do you see how fucking dumb that is? Just think about it. Of all the things that you can do in politics, you're going to have a dumb fuck vote for animal right. Think about that. Like, if you believe that what's going on with Israel is a genocide, you could stop a genocide. Or you could vote for the animals. Bro! Like, don't you see how this becomes a meme, right? Politics just becomes a joke, and you can make a party of just coming out and saying the craziest shit, and you... Like, I understand that this is a lot of what's going on now everywhere in the world, but doesn't this make it easier to do these kind of stuff? Right now, in Canada, we have an insane far-right party that is even more right than the Conservative, the PPC. Do they vote anyone in? No, they cannot, because they cannot have the concentration of people inside of one place to get voted in. And that's awesome, okay? I don't want to hear anybody on that fucking floor, on that parliament, say things like, I believe that the migrants should die. Like, I'm not in. I'm not in for that, okay? I'm not in. So, like, we need to weigh things a little bit, right? I feel like your disdain of how things are running is so strong that you're forgetting what you're losing for not... from just disregarding the establishment. Okay, look at the AFD in Germany. In US, they would be the biggest, and one of them would become president. Yes. AFD in Germany has like 25-30%. In USA, it would be the biggest party. That would be crazy. Yes. Yes, you think I'm going to disagree with the AFD being insane? The AFD is insane. Don't you think that it's fucking disgusting that these pieces of shit with 30% of the vote get to do that much? Right? The nut jobs won't get absolute majorities. Oh man, now... Oh! You know, that's why I love Canada, okay? The system in Canada is so based. It's so based. Because it's pro-establishment to the core, okay? We don't trust our politician. We don't trust him. Fuck him. So, we have what we call a Senate, okay? The second chamber. And this bitch is not elected. Oh! And these people are there to safeguard democracy, okay? No, the US has an elected Senate. Big difference, okay? The US has their dumbfuck elected Senate. They think that by having election at not the same time sometimes, it's going to solve anything. It's not. The problem is the people... Okay, maybe I should just have said that at the start. Maybe you have more faith in the people than I do, okay? When I look at the politician, I think that these people are fundamentally like me, okay? I think that these people try to do the best, or try to do what they think is the best. And I even believe that when I look at my political opposition, even if their politics are often Satan spawn, right? So I believe all that. So what's the solution? Well, make a system where you losing an election one time won't mean that you have the executive loading the fucking gun and choosing who to shoot, which is the problem with the US, right? The US has no system to save themselves from a maniac president. They just don't. The hope is that a president would never do such a thing. Bro, that's dumb. But in Canada, no real power is in the hands of the Prime Minister. No real power is even in the hands of our fucking chambers, of our lower chamber, okay? There is a lot of power that is into the Senate, that is into the... Fucking hell, I'm blanking. The Governor General. Those people are so fucking based, okay? I am here for it, and I need to read the comments because I think that I'm going to maybe be triggered. I don't know. No people are morons, but I believe in democracy. Our media is a big issue. I don't... Oh, maybe that's a disagreement. I don't believe in democracy. I believe that democracy is not something that magically is better. Democracy has been better because somehow, some people, the good people at least, have been able to lead the sheeps towards a better system. Somehow, okay? But right now, we're seeing this reverse. We're seeing social media capturing the eyes of people, and people are, well, for some reason, deciding to vote into something that is not in their interest, something that isn't true, right? There's nothing good about democracy if people vote against their interest, right? And we can blame the media, we can blame whatever we want. It is the media in a big part, right? The media diet of a person decides a lot. But we need to agree that there's nothing intrinsically, like, magically superior about a democracy. A democracy will be the addition. We add the views of all the peoples, we do an average, and this is what's going to happen in your country, right? There's nothing good about that. There's nothing inherently good about that. If we're not able to keep those sheeps, those people, doing the good thing. The Senate in Canada doesn't do anything until they need to do. Yes, and that's why it's based. Same thing with the Governor General, right? There's a reason why they never act. It's because when they will act, shit will be fucked, okay? Donald Trump couldn't happen in Canada because he would be cucked by the Senate, he would be shafted by the Governor General, and it would be a shit show. And I would be here for it. They bring stability in the long term. Yes, I love it. Thank you, Trudeau, for all of these senators. Thank you. We're so good. Trump thinks checks and balances are accounting terms. True. Does he even know what the fuck that means? I mean, does he even know where he is? Let's be honest. Hey, we're vibing. We're wilding out here. We're having a good chat. I'm very happy to be speaking all of this with you. But I can see that you're I have some quick slurs. Some quick slurs for you. You're clearly to the left to me. You're anti-establishments. I love you still, but sometimes you hurt me, right? Sometimes makes me feel a little bit bad. Why can't we just work together into the same party for a good future? Why do we have to be exactly perfect? But hey, we're going to live with it. Nothing else to say, folks. Democracy means disagreeing. That is fine. That is fine. At least with adults. Yeah, I agree that it means disagreeing. And I have nothing against that, right? As long as the people that know what the fuck they're doing keep the power, right? Because I think sometimes that we ascribe too much morality to some things that are inherently amoral. They don't have a morality, right? Like, there's nothing bad about, like, some kind of elective monarchy. If we were able to make the good choice on the monarch every fucking time, right? But that's the issue. When you fuck up on the monarch, you're screwed. You're big time screwed. But when you fuck up on the prime minister, or whatever your leader is, you're not 100% screwed. So that's the big challenge here, right? How do we get this working? How do we make sure that we don't cook ourselves? The chat seems delayed. It could be a streaming issue. If you click live sometime because the streaming protocol isn't perfect, what is YouTube dash WebRTC? Yeah, the chat seems fucked a little bit. I don't know. Maybe I should like restart it, but I don't know if it will screw up everything. Yeah, yeah, no. I agree with you. I mean this. Okay, I meant this. Okay, don't worry. I mean, I have to click on live. Okay, so it's on. You think on your side? Okay, I get it. No, I'm not about to nuke the stream. Okay, base. The guy's just nuking the stream. Yeah. Oh man. But no, look, the truth is I cannot comment on any other country because I don't know. Maybe the countries that you've been in are way more fucked than over here in Canada. And I'm not saying that we're perfect. On the video there is a button and it has a live button. It has a red dot. If it is in sync, I have to click it. Click it. If it isn't, yeah, I don't know. They made an update to YouTube and it doesn't work correctly when you click on live. It's so triggering. I can comment on every country because I'm into politics and I don't give a fuck. Well, I don't either, okay? Let me be clear. I will read like half of Wikipedia and then give my take because I'm a dumb fuck. But to be honest, I fucking hate when people do it to me. So I'll try to say that I'm a dumb fuck beforehand or not speak about it. And to be honest, I have no freaking idea about Netherlands politics and most EU politics, right? So, like, I would give my expert opinion on Nepal without anyone asking for it. True, this is exactly me. Let me give my expert insight on why Canada should invade Haiti, okay? I'm in, boys. We should invade to stabilize the fuck out of it. A bit of an unironic, unironic will there, but yeah. Kazakhstan. As if I knew anything about that. I know where it is because I like to play the little map games. Well, I used to. Oh, you know what? I'm doing it. I'm doing it. It's been a long time. Let's put the chat as at the right place. Whoop. Let's put it there. I'll put it a bit closer so I can look at you. If I need to. Boop. Let's play the map game. Geo Guesser World Map. Kazakhstan, #1 country. Based. No, I'm a bit lazy. I won't like write them in myself because I know that I'm not going to be able to know them. So I do the pin thing. So like they say Philippines. That's the Philippines, I think. Comoros. That's... Which one are the Seychelles? Fuck. Mauritius, Seychelles, and Comoros. Okay. Afghanistan. Yes, we're studying, okay? We're studying for the test. Afghanistan, that's, yeah, that's that one. Dominican Republic. Oh, my friend from the Dominican Republic. Are we all going to Punta Cana? Ivory Coast. Shit. So... It is here, okay? It is somewhere here. Oh boy. Ah, this one's going to hurt. Oh man, I got it. Samoa. American Samoa is like here, I think. Yep, so that's Samoa. I like that game. It's a fun one. Saint Kitts and Nevis. Shit. Isn't that like one of these? It's the first one, isn't it? Equatorial Guinea. Shit. Isn't that the thing? Guyana. Ah. Baguette. Okay. Libya. Which one is it? Oh man. Do you ever play that game? That's a nice game. Third one. What does this mean? What do you mean? Bro, don't give me... Okay, Egypt. That's Tunisia. That's Morocco. And that's their, like, a denied territory, Western Sahara. This is... Which one is Algeria? This one is Algeria because the French fuck it over. So that means that Libya is this one. Yes, yes, yes. And it is divided like this, right? There's the ethnic tension between that side and that side. Yeah, I got it. Boom, we got it. India, we know where the fuck India is. Romania. Romania is that one. Yes. Mozambique. Mozambique is fucked. Okay, the shape is screwed. I think it's that one. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, that's the shape. It's the M. It's the reverse M. Oh man. Oh no, I read the spoilers. Okay. I knew them. I knew them. Dominica. Dominica is an island right here. I just never remember which one it is. So let's map this shit out. Oh man, I don't remember any of them. It's one of these. This one is not Dominicana. Which one? Which one? Saint Lucia. Fuck! St. Vincent. Is this one? Is it? Bitch. Kiribati. Which one are you? You little shit. I know that it's one of these. I wish to offend as many citizens of the world as possible. Which one of these little turf of grass it is? Okay, so that's the Federation of something. That's something else. It's definitely not Kiribati. That's something else too. That's Papua New Guinea, I think. That's... Which one is Tuvalu? It's not these one. Is it the middle one? Kiribati? Oh yeah, I destroyed the name. Kiribati. Thank you, my friend. Oh man. I'm screwing this up. Nauru, you stupid. It's that one. No, I wouldn't have added. Federated State of Micronesia. I think it's this one. Yes. Cap Verde. Okay. Here we go. Uganda. My friend. My knowledge in absolutely destroyed part of the world. Fuck! I mixed it out. I mixed it. It's the upper one. I knew that it was like neighbor to... Who the hell did the genocide? They all did, but who did the genocide? It will pop up after. Djibouti! That Djibouti. Okay, Myanmar. Myanmar is fucked, so it's this one. Chad. Chad's over here. Where are you, Chad? Oh, that's the Niger and Nigeria, so this is Chad. Republic of Congo. Note, it ain't democratic. So, whoop, it's lagging. It's lagging. I'm open. I was like, bro, who cares? Now, I always correct people like a mind virus. Well, it's good because I had no clue. No, you don't die on me, bitch. Oh, God. Ugandan knuckle shaking his head right now. Oh, my God. Please don't crash. Well, you know what? I'm doing it again. Yes, exit the fucking page. And give it back to me, okay? I want to win this. Bro! Guess porn mode was good. No, you won't start saying them. Was it always the case that it was saying them? How can I tell it to shut the fuck up? Bro, I'm getting bodied. Alright. Shut up. It won't shut up. Spain. It literally won't shut up. We can mute site like this? Okay. Guatemala. Okay, so we have Mexico. We have Honduras. We have Guatemala. And then we have some other thing that I'll remember later. Fuck, I reversed them. Oh no, Denmark. Denmark. Here we go. Ugandan knuckle. Singapore. Japan. Let's do it fast before it crashes. South Africa. Sierra Leone. It's, I think it's this one. Or it's this one. Which one is it? It's this one. Guinea. Burkina Faso. Well, what the fuck is it? Okay, I got it. Niger. Nigeria. Boom. I'm connected. Sweden is the middle one, I mean. Vatican. Well, we know where the Vatican is. Okay, I got this on lock. Uruguay. That's the one. Namibia. Shit. Which one is it? Which one is Angola and which one is Namibia? Look at this, it's going to be... Yeah, I don't use an ad blocker. I'm such a sucker. Really? Namibia under... Oh, makes sense. Oh man, we're cheating so hard. We're cheating so hard. St. Lucia, I know this one. It's this one. Boom. Albania. Well, that's so fucking small. Oh man, I gotta remember my stan. Kazakhstan. Uzbekistan. Is it even Uzbekistan? Shit. Turkmenistan. I'm not sure if it's this one or this one. Okay, got it. Got it on lock. Alright. Against the Caspian. True. Okay, check. Well, Czechia. World War II. Bring it to me, right? So it was Czechoslovakia. Now... Oof. Yeah, Czechia's the one that's getting laid into the first, okay? South Korea, my friend. Boom. Netherlands. I need to got it. I need to get it. Yes. Okay. Okay, I ain't fucking this one up. Yes. Okay. Austria. You're the little bitch that's getting annexed. First one up. Yes. Yes, all my knowledge of countries and where they are come from World War II maps, okay? Just live with it. Grenada. Which one is Grenada? It's this one. Hey, it's Tajikistan. I know this one. Yes. Okay, Equatorial Guinea. Whoa, I misclicked. Okay. The Bahamas. These are the Bahamas. Cap Verde. These are the one. Monaco. Okay. Monaco is this one. Iran. Algeria. France. Saudi Arabia. Moldova. I'm mixing something up. No, I'm not. New Zealand. Come here, bitch. Belgium. Why am I blinking? Marshall Islands. That one was a rip. Here we go. Belarus. Those dumb fuck. My next target for annexation. Palestine. Poland. Botswana. It's easy, they're bot. Oh man, I'm not sure it's which bot. I think it's this one. Fucking Zimbabwe. Fuck you. Indonesia, that's a big one. North Korea, that's pretty easy. Guinea, we know that it's this one. United States. Ivory Coast, that was the one. East Timor, that's the one. Bosnia and Herzegovina. Or that's the no, that's not the croissant. That's what's inside of the croissant. Okay. Trinidad, Tobago. Trinidad is either this one or this one. I don't remember. It's this. No, that's Barbados. That's Trinidad. Suriname, Peru, and this one is longer, so it's the other one. Okay. Cuba, Mozambique. I think we're laying into it. I'm laying. Yes, absolutely. Europa Universalist players would own this game. The only reason why I'm any good at this is because I'm an Earth Sapphire player. So, yeah. Tunisia, Montenegro, that's this one. No. Oh, fuck. North Macedonia got renamed on this one. We reopened the whole Book of War. So, Honduras is the middle one. Lebanon is the one that has absolutely no army. How can you be a Hoi player and a centrist? I play Mussolini. I assumed only Nazis and communists play that game. um, I play Mussolini, and all of my invasions fantasy come real. Okay, the, my poor Ethiopian friend, they're getting the wall. Okay, they're absolutely getting shit on. Kyrgyzstan is that one. That's my Ukraine. That's my Portugal. But yeah, well, technically, when I started playing, did I start playing when I was a Nazi? Maybe. Which one is Togo? Togo Pogo and Benai. Benai is that? No, that's Ghana. That's mean that the Togo Pogo is the middle one. Uh, shit. Oh man. Oh man, that's bad. Did I click on it right before? Least unhinged oi player. Indeed. Australia. Slovenia. I'm missing it. I'm missing out on my maps, okay? Czechoslovakia. So it's not the same thing as Slovenia because it's not the same thing, right? So it's not it's the thing that gets annexed by Italy, right? I'm not wrong about this. They get their shit kicked in, right? I got it. Okay. Jordan is fucked. Liberia is that one. Italy, we all know which one this is. Thailand is the land for pit. Okay. Let's stop with these absolute insult. Lesotho, which one it is? I think it's the big one. Iceland. Give me some ice. Jamaica. Mongolia. Hungary. Why do I always do this? Hungary and Bulgaria are coded as the same in my mind. I don't know why. Who did this? I invade them at the same time in Earths of Iron, okay? Oh man. Bolivia, that's the one, right? Bahrain. So that's the UAE. That's... Fuck. That's another thing. That's not Bahrain. Bahrain's that one, right? Yes. Bhutan. Zimbabwe. I think we misclicked on it. Yeah. Laos is that... No. You did not see any shit. It's super simple because when you say it in French, it's Lao and it's literally up. How did I went too fast. Sudan has become very simple because, well, they're getting absolutely shit on, but also South Sudan. So, yeah. UK, yay! Federated State of Micronesia. Come here. Malaysia. That's this one, right? Gabon. Bro, didn't click that. Bangladesh. This one, right? Right. Syria. Kenya. That's this one. Maldives. Panama. Romania. Hi. Brain. Please work. Samoa. Comoros. Mexico. I'm winning, okay? We're going to win this. Tanzania. That's this one. Turkey. St. Vincent and Grenadine. That's this one. Oh man. I'm absolutely trouncing this. Guinea-Bissau, that's this one, right? Boom. Yemen, we're blocking shit. Qatar. No, that's Oman. I'm a retard. This is the one. Latvia. Okay, now I need to map them out. Okay. Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia. I'm so good. The most knowledgeable Canadian. You got him here, okay? Kuwait. Kuwait's getting his shit fucked in, okay? In some war, and I remember that. Paraguay. Paulo, that's this one. Libya, Brunei, that's this little thing. Armenia, Croatia. Hey, here we got the sea. Nope. I'm trying to click this one. Okay. Chad, Madagascar, Cameroon. I'm going to click the right one this time. Congo, Luxembourg. Please don't click France. Niger, Morocco, the Serbs, Argentina, Bulgaria. Please let me click it. Burundi, that's my boy. Senegal. Shit, I'm not sure about this one. It's like a Chad, indeed. It's like it's Chad. Senegal. Isn't it? Oh yeah, that's the fucked one, isn't it? That's the one without any that's the one without any coastline. I think that is. Yeah, without any they don't have the river. Oh, that's such a screwed way to create a country. Georgia. They still have anything? Weren't they like completely fucked by Russia? Zambia, Finland and Norway. Right. Azerbaijan, Parmesan, Andorra, that's the middle one here. Malta, that's the middle one there. Togo, that's the one that I'm missing. And Saint Nick's and Neville, that was that one. North Macedonia, please don't dename them. Burkina Faso, Liechtenstein, who the fuck cares about them? Myanmar, Tonga, that's one of these two. Which one is Fiji? That's Fiji. Uzbekistan, Ireland, Vanuatu. That's this one. Whew. Vietnam. Oh, I'm getting it. Oh, I'm getting it. Ecuador. Belize is that small one. No, that's El Salvador. Rip. Chile. Iraq. Mali. Shit. Which one is with? Mauritius. And there's the other one. Oh man. Mali, is Mali the square one? Mali is this one. Oh! Close enough. Israel doesn't exist. No. Wiped. Not anti-Semitic at all what I just said. Let's just ignore it. Okay. Estawini. That's not even what it was saying, but anyway. That's how I say it in my mind. Rwanda was talking about genocide. Yeah. We gotta love that genocide. Antigua, Barbuda. That's this one. Nicaragua. So this is the one. Ethiopia. That's the one. Barbados. That's your brother. Nepal. What's your opinion on Nepal, my friend? What is your opinion on Nepal? Colombia. That's the big one. Canada. Where the fuck is it? It's the whole country. We've got a claim, bitch. Okay, no. I won't play annex your neighbor 4000. Okay, I'm not the United States and I'm not Russia. So Malawi is the strip. Dominican Republic, we know where the fuck that is. China, Mauritius is the island, but I don't remember which one is the Seychelles. I think Mauritius is the lower one. Mauritania is the one there. Cambodia is the lower one. Costa Rica, we don't have much left. Lithuania. Estonia is the top one, so Lithuania, that's the one. Nauru is the middle one. Fiji is the bottom one. Solomon Island is this. Somalia is this corner. Yes. Dakar. Sri Lanka. Estonia. Seychelles. Slovakia. Makes sense. Finland. Greece. The Gambia, that's the little piece there. Eritrea. Kazakhstan, Sao Tome and Principe, Dominica, Tuvalu, Russia. I thought we were ending on Russia. Oh lol, YouTube is silencing me. You're getting silenced, my friend. Wasn't that bad? God damn. So look, that was fun. That was a 3 hours, 30 minute stream. That was kind of big, kind of big. But I gotta go to sleep, right? I gotta go to sleep. So if I don't go to sleep, I'm going to be screwed. And we're going to find out what's wrong with this next time. We're probably just going to comment a bunch of line and hope it works. So you're probably silenced by YouTube. So if you are, I loved you. I loved you in the past. I love you now. ChatGPT will fix it. True. We're just, well, I prefer Gemini. We're just 4 prompt of Gemini away, right? It was really fun talking politics with you, my friend, and other friend that was there a little bit earlier. It says stop chat. Does this mean that I skipped some chat? Bro. I'm so sorry. That means that I missed a bunch of shit. Probably. Oh man. Okay, we'll fix next time. But yes. Love you. Cheers. Bye-bye. I'll be there, by the way, for you. Because I know that you're looking and maybe you're interested. Tomorrow, around the same time, I'll be streaming, well, midday for me. But for you, I don't fucking know what time it is. So if you're interested, I'll be there. All right? Maybe not exact same time. And I won't announce it that much earlier because, of course, it depends on the daughter. But I'll be there. So with that said, ciao.